Hello, welcome to Center 3 in the Designs in Nature Bee Honeybee unit. I'm back with our honeybee suit here. In this center, we're going to talk about beekeeping and look and taste some honey. A couple of notes to keep in mind. Number one, we always want to make sure that the kids' health and safety is our top priority when we do these things. So please ask the kids and pay attention. We've asked about honey allergies at the school, but please pay attention if kids say they do have allergies to honey or they have some reactions to honey. Please make sure you keep the products away from them. Obviously, don't let them taste the honey in this section. Want to make sure that everybody is safe and healthy. The second is that one of our neighbors here has let us borrow the beekeeping gear, this get-up, and the equipment that's in the bigger plastic bin. So please be careful with it, use it. I'm sure the kids will love it, but we want to make sure we hand it all back in functioning order. So, two parts of this section. One is to talk about beekeeping, and great time to use the suit if you're willing to get dressed up. It's fun. And then talk about the different parts of beekeeping suits and hives. So as you'll see, we've got a smoker here. We have the parts of the suit. Also in the bin, you'll find a full honeycomb. Please be careful. I wouldn't take this out, but it is heavy. It's full of honey, so the kids can actually look at the honeycomb. In here is a little extractor tool, so you can play with this and talk about the parts of the beehive, which is described, and there are some pictures here of the different parts of the beehive, and another handout here that has information on beekeeping. There's some great pictures here about looking at an active hive and seeing the bees on the hive, etc. So please read through the material on the outline, and then you can look through the couple of handouts here and talk to the kids about the different hive construction. And there's information about natural hives and trees, etc., and then the man-made hives and what it's like to actually be a beekeeper here. The second part of this center is about tasting honey. You'll find two different kinds of honey in the center here. If you'd like to get more involved, and I would recommend it'd be fun to get some other bee products that the kids can taste. You can bring in honeycomb that has honey in it. The kids can chew. The wax is edible, but they can chew it, get the honey out, and spit it out. There's obviously a lot of different kinds of honey out there. It can get quite expensive, so maybe you have some at home you want to bring in to add to it. But this gives you a chance to talk to the kids about the different types of honey, the different flavors of honey, textures of honey, the viscosity, etc. And you can graph the information, write out all the descriptions of what the kids come up with here. But what you'll find here are a box of popsicle sticks and different kinds of honey. You can put a drop of honey on each popsicle stick and have the kids taste it. They can observe it. Again, see what the color is, see what the flavor is, see what the thickness, the viscosity is. There are some markers in here, so you could do the center by a whiteboard and you could write down the descriptors that the kids come up with. And especially if you can bring in some more bee products that they can taste, you could graph the preference of the honey to the different characteristics, whether they like the sweeter, whether they like the thicker, whether they like the products that are more bitter. So again, if you want to get more involved, you could bring in some additional ones, but you can just try a couple of the products here and see what the kids think. And other than that, you just hopefully have fun with this center because there's a lot of cool stuff to look at. If you have any questions, email us at mitchellelf@gmail.com. And that's it for Center 3.